had to come home from work and deal with this, a clogged sink. So what has happened is trash and debris has went down the drain and then got clogged up to where it stopped the water from going down. So what you're going to normally see is first it's going to be slow draining, and then once it's going to continue to build up over time, and then what's going to happen is it's going to get to a point where it stops. Then you have no choice but to deal with it. So what has happened is stuff went down here, got caught up in this elbow here, and then now it stopped the water from going back in the back. So this elbow is designed to catch debris and trash to keep it from getting in your pipes. You definitely don't want to get back in your pipes in the wall, because to get in the wall and the pipes, there's going to be a lot more costly to deal with stuff that's back there. So that's what this here design is for, to make sure that it can kind of catch that stuff to keep it from doing that. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to make sure that we get as much water as we can out of here. And then we'll have to get a bowl or something to put under the bottom. And we have to clean out all of this to make sure that we can put it and capture this once we take this elbow off. So from here and here, we have to take them off right there. And then the water drain out. And then we'll have to clean this elbow off. And once we clean the elbow out, then we can put it back. Once we put it back, then we can turn the water on. Once we turn the water on, then it should be able to flow right through. And then that should pretty much deal with that problem. Okay, so what for us here, for the sake of this video, we don't have to do none of that. I went through this so many times. I had to deal with this so much to where I said, okay, it's got to be a different way to deal with this. So I went by Home Depot, and they had a different kind of stopper, and I'm gonna show you that, so that way we don't have to deal with messing with these pipes down here. We don't have to worry about trying to put it back on and keeping it from leaking. We don't have to deal with taking out none of this stuff down here. All we have to do is deal with the stuff on the top. So like I was saying, is I've changed this out to a magnetic stopper. Okay, so a normal stopper, it's going to have a loop on the end, and it's going to have a metal rod that runs through. And that metal rod is where you're going to pull from here. You pull this up, push it down. That's what's going to make your stopper go up and down. Now, for us, since we have the magnetic stopper, all I got to do is just grab it here from the top, pull it out like so, stick it off to the side. And then now I can access the elbow from the top without having to deal with none of that stuff at the bottom. And I know it's a little dark, but what I also done was I've taken a metal clothes hanger and I straightened it out, and I took some pair of pliers and bent the end, so that way I can just stick that down in there. And that way I get all the way to the bottom, and that way I can pull that stuff out just like so. Just keep going down there, get all the way to the bottom and pull that stuff out. I would suggest that you wear gloves, because some of the stuff that's going to come out of there is not going to look too good. So like I say, you just keep doing that, pull that out, and also keep a plastic bag to the side, so that way when I pull this stuff out, I just stick it in the plastic bag. And I do that as many times as I need. And once I'm done, all I got to do is just take this little stopper, stick it back in the hole like so. Then, like I say, make sure that's down, push it in, turn the water on. And I want to make sure that that water stays in the sink. If it stays in the sink, all I got to do is just push it down and pull it back up, make sure it holds. If it does, then like I said, I push it down, let the water down, and then I'm good to go. Now, what I've also done was I used to have this problem a lot. So in some of my other sinks, so what I would do was identify the ones that I kept having to deal with this, and I changed all those out to magnetic stoppers. So that way now, simply all I have to do is just pull that stopper out, stick that clothes hanger in, make sure I have my plastic bag, and I clean it out real quick from the top, not having to deal with none of that stuff at the bottom. And then I'm good to go once I put it back. And that saved me so much time. So now whenever my wife says, hey, you know, we got the sink stopped up, I don't even sweat it. So if you like this video, smash that like button, and we'll see you on the next one.